Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on this call today. I'm going to do a quick call on what I think are the key essentials to making what I consider to be a killer presentation. All right, here's the first thing you need to start with. First thing about making a good presentation is that it's got to start out with having the right mindset and the right attitude. Number one, man, you've got to be optimistic about the outcome. You've got to have some internal enthusiasm. Sound excited about what you're doing. And here's one thing I've learned over time is that when you're passionate, when you love what you do, that enthusiasm and excitement is going to come through the phone. If you're doing phone sales or if you're doing field sales, your clients are going to be able to pick up and they're going to be able to see that passion and that love for what you do through your enthusiasm. As part of that as well, I think it's important to kind of manage your expectations a little bit too. Don't go into every single presentation with the expectations is that you got to close it, you got to close it, you got to close it. Listen, we all want to close sales, but you don't necessarily want to put those external pressures on yourself to think that you got to close every single sale. So manage those expectations. Be relaxed. Have a comfortable in what you're doing and just know that it's important for you to do your job. And no matter what the outcome is that you're going to leave that client in a better position than when you found them. That's what I mean about managing expectations. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to try to close every single deal. You're not going to close every deal. And you know what? That's okay. Just do the best job you can. But man, just make sure every day when you wake up in the morning, you've got a great attitude. Don't let external things change your attitude. Remember, you get to control what your attitude is going to be every single day. I say that's number one. Number two is in order to make a good killer presentation, you got to be prepared. You know, it's very hard to operate in chaos. If you're doing field sales or telesales, make sure you're organized. You know, make sure your desk is in order. Make sure that your leads are in order. You're not going to get very far just winging it. You know, this is something you can get with your upline manager to give you some tips and tricks on how to maybe be a little bit more organized and just be prepared. As far as that preparation goes, too, know your script. You know, every single day, you know, even though I've been doing this for years, before I get on the phone, I drill, I practice, I rehearse, I kind of role play with myself and you know, go over objections. If they say this, I'm going to say that. That's super important to drill every single day. Know the most common objections that you're going to be getting and know those rebuttals and how you're going to do that and work on that every single day. Super, super important. The other thing too is that when to have a killer presentation, I think it's important to make a a good first impression, to be relaxed in your opening, to be comfortable, and have a great opening intro when you're talking to your clients, whether it's in person, over the phone, at the door, whatever it is. Be welcoming, be friendly. And remember, it never hurts to be polite. Always be both polite, but also be direct at the same time. I think that's super important. When I'm doing uh, telesales, you know, it's, hey, Mary, this is Joe. How you doing? Great. You having a great day? Like, listen, you sound great. Hey, listen, here's the reason for the call. I'm friendly, but I'm confident and I'm also very direct too. You know, I don't want to chit chat for 15 or 20 minutes. Good closers learn how to start with the close. Every good sales presentation starts with the close. Hey, before I go any further, if you like this content, subscribe to our channel. My name's Joe Johnson. I'm with Senior Life. If you want more sales content like this, like I said, subscribe to our channel, like this video. If you want to contact me, if you want to find out how to join my team, get more information about Senior Life, here's what I'll do. I'll leave a link in the description below to go to our agency website. You can go to our agency website, check it out, click the Get Started Now button, and that will put you directly in contact with me. All right. So back to what I was talking about. What do I mean by start with the close? Whether I'm doing field sales or telesales, I start with the close. Hey, Mary, I'll give you an example. Hey, Mary, I see here that you're looking possibly for some different options for end of life coverage. This is so when something happens to you, your family's not left with a financial burden. Is that right? See, that's the close in mind. I'm getting them to say, yes, that's a trial close. Okay, great. You get them to expand a little bit. I also will throw in, well, Mary, do you already have some coverage in place, or would this be your primary coverage? Well, I guess this would be my primary. That's a trial close backed up by a trial close. Then I'll do something called some people call it an upfront contract. Some people call it a full disclosure. What I want to do very, very briefly, right up in the front, is I want to lay out a very simple agenda of what we're going to try to get accomplished today. And it sounds something like this. Bob, Mary, my job is really pretty simple. As a state licensed agent and field underwriter, my job today is simply to help get you qualified for the best program available in the state of Illinois or whatever state you're in that's going to offer you the best value, the most benefits, but also at the very lowest cost. And Bob and Mary, if I can find you a program that fits your needs, but more importantly, it fits your budget, all I'm going to do today is simply help you apply for it. Does that sound fair enough? That's a trial close. Why am I doing that? Because I'm laying out exactly what the agenda is. I'm going to get them qualified. I'm going to help them apply for it. The other thing too that's important about that is that I'm weeding out any objections that I may get. I may say, well, I'm not doing anything today. I got to talk to my daughter. Then I can handle that objection. So make sure that you're doing a couple of trial closes. So I always say it's always better to start with the close up front. Then when you get to the end, there's no surprises because you've already told them what you're going to get accomplished today. During your presentation, it's super important to learn how to ask. You can either call them probing questions or expanding questions, because you want them to dig into the emotional side of why they want to apply for life insurance. Don't accept those superficial answers. A lot of times what I will do during my presentation, I'll find out, hey, have you done any pre-planning? Are you leaning more towards a traditional funeral with a burial or a cremation? Oh, I'm looking for a traditional burial. Okay. Well, what have you done so far? What does that look like? Help me walk through that process. What is it that you want this program to do for your family? So don't accept those superficial questions. I can teach you how to ask more probing questions to get them to dive a little bit deeper, because you want to dig up some of those underlying emotions. Remember, life insurance is not a logical purchase. It is an emotional purchase. Last thing I just want to touch on is you got to get them qualified, and then you got to close them. When you go after you've qualified them and you know exactly what rate class they're going to qualify, you got to close them. Okay. Now, one thing that I like to do is I like giving them, I typically do some type of three option close, but I'll preface it like this. Here's the thing you got to be careful with seniors, especially on they're on a fixed budget. If they're on a fixed budget and they're thinking like $50, $60 a month is their budget, and you do a three option quote and you're like at 90, 110, and 150, man, psychologically, you may just blow them out of the water. And when you give them those three options, they may come back and say, I don't know. I got to think about it. What did you do? It's because it's so high that they think that their budget of 60, 50, $60 is unrealistic. So they're giving you some kind of knee-jerk reaction. Help them understand that it's okay. Try this. Say something like this. Hey, Bob, Mary, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you what most people are doing in your exact same situation, okay? But here's what you got to do. You got to promise me if what I'm showing you does not fit into the budget, that you're going to let me know because I can make changes to the plan. I can make adjustments to the plan to fit it into your budget. And at the end of the day, wouldn't you agree that at least having some coverage in place is better than nothing at all? So I got them to buy into the fact that even if I show them something that's too high, that it's okay. We'll find something that's going to work for them. Remember, I work for them. I let my clients know, listen, I don't work for the insurance company. I work for you. I'm here to help you. My job is to find a program that's going to fit your budget. Remember, everybody's a payment buyer. We're dealing with seniors on fixed incomes. They are payment buyers. Lastly, when you do your three option close, here's how you want to word it. You want to lay out the three options after you've given them the face amounts and the benefits of each option. Here's another little quick tip I just thought about. Never use the word cost or premium. Okay. Remember, Bob, Mary, to fund this program, use the word fund. To fund this program, all you would need to do is set aside $85 a month. To fund this program, option B, you would just need to set aside $105 a month, whatever they are. Use those word tracks. Once you've given them the three options, simply say this: Bob, if the good Lord took you home tonight, which of these programs would be most beneficial to your family? And just shut up and let them answer. They're either going to tell you pick out one of the three, or they're going to say, well, you know what? None of them. Great. I was getting the feeling what I was showing you might be a little bit too high. Bob, you tell me, what could you comfortably set aside on a monthly basis to fund your program without taking any food off the table? Let them come up with their own price. Maybe it's $60 a month. Then my recommendation, they tell you 60, show them one program that's a few bucks less than 60, show them one that's right around 60, and show them a third option that's just a few dollars, maybe $4 or $5 more than 60. Lay out those new three options and then simply say, Bob, of these three programs, which of these would work best for you? Shut up. More than likely, they're going to pick one. So, one last other tip: I never call it life insurance, and probably till the very end. I always refer to it as a program. This program is designed to do this program. So listen, I hope this information has been helpful. Remember, if you like sales content like this, subscribe to our channel, follow me for more videos to come. If you want more information about senior life, or if you want to have a conversation with me, use the link in the description below to contact me and let's have a conversation. So, all right, everybody, have a great day. Make it a great day, and we'll see you later. See you on the next call. Take care.